Hi there, you've tapped on this video as I can clearly see. You want to know what badges are going to be in the next Roblox pressure update and how to get those and what entities might be related to those or what the entities will do? Well, you've come to the right place. I will be discussing this in this video, so grab yourself some snacks, get comfy inside of your bed or wherever you are sitting / walking right now in the car or anything wherever you might be. Get comfortable, strap in, and let me tell you all about the next few badges and entities that will release in Roblox Pressure. Now, let's get started with the very first new badge that I can find on the Roblox wiki. It is Bloodbath, and as it hints, it's a badge where you have to make it with less players than the original started with. In this case, you have to start a game with at least 12 players or more and make it to the end with 4 or less. So you have to make it to the end of the ridge and before searchlights / search party to get this badge. So just make sure you play with at least 12 players and make sure that at least most of them die so that only 4 or less of you are remaining and you make it to the end of the ridge, and you will be getting this badge in the new update. It, as of now, has no listed rewards. The next badge on this list is a nice Easter egg to a sadly retired YouTuber, being MadPat. The badge is called, I think MadPat would enjoy dissecting this. For getting this badge, you have to get most of the documents for the monsters and entities, so the very first tab while in the lobby and talking to Sebastian about the documents. And you have to get most of these documents, excluding some. I would think that A60 and Stan and some other new release won't be added to this badge as a requirement, but you have to get most of the documents and remove all of the black bars. Next up is another painter badge, which I actually did not expect being there. It's called Human Slob, being a nod to the badge you get while encountering Painter for the first time, which is called AI Slob. This time for Human Slob you have to paint a picture with Painter. Now this obviously hints at there being a new feature with Painter where you can draw a picture with him, which, yeah, it will reward you with the arts and craft jumpsuit, which is a nice addition, I guess. Up next, and now being the very first badge listed in the wiki without a picture officially revealed, being Panic on the dance floor. Find and activate the party mode button and then successfully beat the encounter. So what I'm getting out of the text that is in the description here is that there's going to be a new party mode or party mode button in the start of the game, like there was chaos mode, I think, button with the April 1st update about Baldi and the educator in this case. I think it's going to be similar with this, but in this case it's just going to be like a special room, like a grand encounter with searchlights in the middle after Sebastian between doors 60 and 75, where you just find a button, like optionally you can find a button there activated, it's called party mode, and then you have to beat the encounter, and nothing else is listed about that. Up next is a new infestation badge. This one is Glutton for Punishment. The description reads, on a stolen run, outrage purple infestation before door 25 and then make it to the end of the ridge. So in this case you just have to flash infestation with the flash beacon twice and then beat the game, which you have all to do for 25, which is 1/4 of the way until the ridge, which was getting really hard because there are no lights flickering for the anglers, which makes it a lot harder. So this one is something similar to like blockerless and damageless in my opinion, where it's like really hard, and I think it's going to be one of the harder badges, if not the hardest badge, which it definitely won't be. That's the lockerless, and this badge sucks, but it will be up there. Now up next There are 2 badges that we know nothing about, only the names. No images, no description, no rewards, no nothing. We don't even know what the picture is, who will draw the picture, so... The first one is called Treasure Map to Infinite Bloxicola. Now, Bloxicola is, from what I have seen, an item within Roblox. That's like pre-used or something. It definitely can be found in Pressure Vial on drawers, and mostly anywhere on the map. In this case, I think there will be an item which, like an item or an encounter in the high security zone, where you just find a treasure map and it will lead you to infinite Bloxicola. Something like similar to finding Painter in the same section, where you just have to get the room generation, which apparently in this case will be rare, like Painter again. And the next one is called You Want It? You Got It. Now, I don't know if these two will be related. Might be, but I don't think so. Nothing is known about this, so I can't say anything about it. Now, the next badge we at least have some information on is Slugdoll. Slugdoll's description reads, Escape from a not yet revealed room type. Now, for this, we know nothing else except for the description and name. No picture, no nothing. And from the name, I being Slugdoll, and it being a root type, I can kind of see there being a new room type, like with the flash mines being extremely rare and being, in this case, just slugs everywhere outside of the windows, or even just getting a really ugly, sluggish texture to everything like that. Yeah, I am not a fan of slugs, so this will probably be a bad one for me. Now, the next badge is about killing yet another unrevealed enemy. It has also a picture that I personally really like, but no name. So it's just going to be like the next one, where they don't get a name yet, because they still have to come up with a good one. In this case, nothing else is revealed about it, just kill the next another unrevealed enemy, but in this case it says turn the tides and kill a not yet revealed. So I think this will going to be another encounter with like a special grand encounter there. I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 new grand encounters at like the half mark point in Pressure, which I honestly want to see, because Searchlight God is kind of getting boring, being same tactic and all, but I think it's either related to a grand encounter or some new enemy that you might encounter. Maybe a replacement for Abomination that was sadly scrapped, because it was a really good concept, and obviously Abomination was made for another grand encounter. I don't know if the thing was actually Count Abomination, I just put up the picture of it. Now, the next one is going to be really interesting. Now, it's called Gotta Come Up With a New Name, Give Us a Bit. It's also a 2 in Clams, just like the last one was a 1 in Clams. This time the description reads, Meet Mr. Kill. There's nothing else about it. Mr. Kill, we actually know who Mr. Kill is. Mr. Kill is going to be the Death Angel, at least a renaming of the Death Angel. Because on the official Pressure Discord server, the actual Death Angel emoji and emote has been renamed to Mr. Kill. Now, it will probably be a new enemy that's going to be like a 60, really rare. You have to meet it probably once, just nothing else. After the next batch are going to be about Endless Mode, which I'm really excited to as well. But I am especially concerned about the Death Angel, because it's basically Pandemonium, but you can't escape it unless you have a safe spot. Which is interesting, really interesting. Now, the next few badges I am really excited for, because the Endless Mode has been revealed with these badges, and I am honestly hyped for this. I wanted a Endless Mode in this game for quite a long time now, since I've basically beat the game for the first time. And the first one was called Where's My Win? reach endless mode room number 100. So it's basically just get to the room, get to the 100th room in endless mode. The next one is victory lap. It's basically just reaching door 250 in the endless mode. The third one is going to be called premium payout or difficult badge, call it. In endless mode, reach room number 500. There's no reaching there's no reaching 1000th room badge, cause like, do you actually want to do that? Like, sure, it's a nice round number, but come on, why would you put yourself through that? There's no point, there's no goal. You'd be wasting your time for what? Some achievement that in grand scheme of things no one will care about. Wow. Like, wow, congrats. You wield the W for a few hours and pressed E every now and then. Like, this badge is just here complete for completionists, and because some people would obviously be complaining like, ooh, why doesn't Endless have a hard to get badge? Even though it's not really that difficult, more so an endurance test. An endurance test against boredom. If you go for the badge, because I guess thanks for the playtime and war premium payout. This badge is really funny and I do like it. This is just such a long description, it's so funny. The next one is called diminishing returns. In endless mode, hold $10,000 worth of data at once. It will probably give you a special jumpsuit, because you have, in the leaks of Zeal on Twitter and YouTube, you have seen some new jumpsuit on in the game and look pretty expensive, so they're either going to be sharp or new badges, badge rewards for this one. The last one for endless mode is badgetest.png. In endless, take 300 damage in a run without dying. This is also a very interesting badge. It's very interesting concept and very nice. And now we've come to the end. The very last badge listed here in the wiki is Friends Forever. The next 47 hours. Escape the Heddle Black site with an imaginary friend. Now it says an imaginary friend because there's been a leak in the past days or so about a blue version from the imaginary friend, not a normal one, the red one, which I guess it's a good variation, but meh. Nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. But still, it's a nice thing. Yet you have to beat the game again but this time with an imaginary friend, which I've actually done a couple of times before. It's sad they didn't think about it earlier, but hey, at least we got it. And it's the last badge we know of that will be added to the next update. Now, that sums up the video, and I guess I see you guys in the next time, about 7 to 14 days, when we get some new news. I'll let the news stack up in a pile in the corner of the room. Might even talk about the official leaks from Zeal about the next update, which will probably happen next week or so. Maybe within the next week or over the next or after the next weekend. The next weekend is going to be a busy one for me, so I might not upload there, but probably the week after, in the middle of the week then for that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast, lunch, or enjoy your sleep, whatever you're doing right now. Hope you have a wonderful time, beautiful morning in the next day, or whatever your time is. And good night.